Hey, welcome back everyone. Rob here from Ram Studio Comics. So in today's video, we're going to draw some more poses and talk a little bit about that process. So as you know, I really enjoy drawing poses like this. It's a great way to warm up and stretch the imagination and get an idea going. These ones did come out a little bit stiff after looking at them in retrospect. I kind of see that now, but nonetheless, they're still a great thing to do, and I always feel like I come up with a bunch of ideas when I do this. So like the first one, I almost feel like, I guess I was thinking a little bit more of a Superman type pose, the bowed out chest, which, I know is unrealistic as far as human anatomy goes, but I never really go for exact human anatomy. And then the next one, I immediately I wanted to draw male, female, and go back and forth so that I'm testing myself in both variations, obviously, and not getting too caught up in drawing all guys or all girls and that kind of thing. But with this one, I really just wanted to do a standard kind of pose and try to capture a little bit of just a relaxed body posture, and then her kind of holding her hands. And the reason why is because I find myself always trying to draw these overly dramatized poses every time. And then I got to remind myself that, there's those times you just want people kind of standing around. You need to practice that as well. Likewise, I really need to practice more character variations in the body types. I do practice the overly muscular form more than I probably should, but it's mainly because I feel like it's harder for me to get right. And once I feel like I've got a better control of the anatomy, I can always pack on some fat and make somebody chubbier or skinnier or whatever. But to me, the hardest thing is getting the anatomy placement correct. And that's what you see me working on here, like really studying the starting and ending points of the anatomy, obviously shifting them to be something I think looks cooler or more dynamic. And obviously proportions are shifted dramatically. But again, it's kind of that A to B connection points that I'm looking for whenever I draw anatomy. So with this pose, I wanted something a little bit more dynamic, and I feel like I struggled to get the legs right, especially the proportions of the legs. The head looks a bit small, but I kind of do that part intentionally because if you make the head smaller, generally it makes the body look bigger. And the legs, I tend to really draw those elongated on the female form just because I think it looks cool. So it's kind of like knowing that I'm making a mistake, but then I do it anyways. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's like I just like it within my work. So I try to tone it back a bit, but yeah, it always seems to be, especially in retrospect, looking at it, go, I did make the legs too big by comparison and the head too small. But again, these are studies, or these are really mannequins as well. I want to make sure to touch upon that. So when you look at these, don't think that these have to be adhered to too tightly. So you can go over to my DeviantArt and you can download these in a higher res. I made it at about a 4,000 pixel wide document, and you can practice drawing over top. But just keep in mind that you're going to really elaborate, right? You're going to take what's here, and if you like the ideas from them, utilize them. If you don't, and you can do better, then by all means you do better. And you do that moving forward, or I guess looking back in your own work. So I have hundreds of these poses, by now, that I really need to collect them all together. And then when I go to, draw over them, I'm just going to fix something that I'm now better at. So if I look back at this, I'm sure I'm going to look back at this pose right here and go, wow, this leg coming towards the viewer is really weird. It's not foreshortened properly. But again, I'm just going to fix that and keep moving forward. So it's not like I'll actually throw away my old mannequins unless they're just really, really bad. I'm going to utilize them, and I'm just going to draw over top and fix things that I have gotten better at over time. I really love looking at the stuff in retrospect, looking at old sketches from 5, 10 years ago and seeing how different my understanding was of the body, especially legs right now. I've been studying legs. I'm getting ready to do a new Skillshare class on leg anatomy. It should be live in the next few days or whatever. But I've really been studying legs, and it made me realize like how much I really have left to learn. I mean, I still got a ton to learn on leg anatomy. It's complex. It varies greatly from individual to individual. The pose, the body can move in so many different poses that just when you think you got it right, you'll go to draw a certain pose and realize you just don't understand that pose or where the anatomy goes in that orientation of the body. So it's tricky, but the main thing is just keep churning out the work. Keep drawing, keep having fun. Right, I say it in every video. You just got to keep doing it. And then again, save everything. Don't waste any of this. Share the content. Don't be afraid to someone just take your pose, your precious little drawing, share it and learn and grow from each other. Really love howtodrawcomics.net, their Facebook group. Fantastic for mingling with other artists and getting valuable feedback. So suggest you check them out. And that'll bring this one to a close. So I really appreciate you tuning in and watching today's video. More content is on the way very soon. So as always, keep drawing, keep having fun, and bye for now.